Okay, we're here with a few important people with an important message. We'll start off by letting them tell you who they are and what they have going on.
Melvin Farmer, Los Angeles, California, credible messenger, gloves up, guns down.
Barbara Gaskins, National Certified Reentry Professional, also former candidate for United States House, current candidate in 2024 for House.
Okay.
DJ Booski 808, from the First Family Hip Hop Culture, United Coalition for Hip Hop Culture.
Coach Ruben from Miami, living in Orlando, founder of the Boot Camp Champs, also credible messengers of Florida.
Okay. And what brought you guys together, you know what I mean, to team up? How did y'all guys team up and start pursuing this journey?
Well, I contacted Miss Barbara Gaskins in North Carolina through Facebook, social media, because I felt her voice needed to be heard. Me, Ruben, Ayatollah Marv, and we are all credible messengers and had been a part of Gloves Guns Down. And I was intrigued by a young lady that could go and run for House representative at that level. And just by the grace of God, I called Ruben and we just communicated. And we decided to support her vision and do what we can to give back to the community. And we proud to have her here, and that's what brought us right here to East North Carolina, Greenville.
Okay, that's awesome. And you guys have been on a little tour. What other places have you been?
Well, to add on to what Melvin Farmer was saying, when he contacted me about Miss Barbara Gaskins, I said, where they at? He said, North Carolina. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm bringing the kids, some of our Gloves Up, Guns Down kids, to New York City, to Spanish Harlem, for the renaming of one of the streets on Lexington Ave and Lexington and 115th. They're naming it Macho Camacho Way after Hector Macho Camacho Jr. and Muhammad Ali's only biological son, Muhammad Ali Jr., just got done supporting us in Orlando a couple of weeks ago for our Gloves Up, Guns Down. So when I spoke with the three of them, I was like, you know what? Let's tour it out. So the back of the shirt, right? All of them, it's in order too. We rock it from left to right or right to left. Wherever you see North Carolina at, that's where we're at. The other cities are coming in the next 2-3 days. So we've done here, I think in 3-4 days, it kind of feels mushed up together, like 8-9 cities. There's some that aren't even listed there, like Philadelphia, a couple of other spots we hit. But this spot was real special to us. In the Bronx, we hit the streets as well, but we didn't hit the streets with somebody that is an elected official or about to become an elected official. How many elected officials do you know do this? And from what I'm speaking with the people here in North Carolina, this area we're in, she does this without the cameras. She does this without us here. And so that is special within itself. The community respects her. And we weren't just in a regular community, right? We were in the hood, So that's part of our campaign too. Good in the hood, right? And this is, in my book, this is part of the good in the hood right here.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
And I'll say with me, so as we said, I ran last year, and during that time it was hard for me because I lost my godbrother. I lost my godbrother to some bad fentanyl right here in Greenville, North Carolina. And the biggest thing was that he had gotten out of incarceration, wanted to do good. We had a job lined up for him. We had his birth certificate, but when it was time to get an ID, we couldn't get an ID because we didn't have a social security card and vice versa. And ultimately, it's just how long are you going to allow, or I'll say as an adult, if your back is up against the wall, you got to start swinging somewhere. And he knew selling drugs, he knew drug use because of the opiates that were given to him in prison. He cried out for help. No one listened. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, you have a real purpose, and we definitely support you. Any other like future events or anything you have coming after you know, between now and 2024? You know.
We are working on some events. Next month, we have training in New York, so we'll be in New York. I wrote a grant for my nonprofit, which was a Project Safe Neighborhoods grant, and so we have secured a seed grant to provide credible messengers right here in Eastern North Carolina. So ultimately, we'll see more of Ruben, more of Ayatollah, more of Jacqueline, you know, more of just our supporters, our family, our newfound family. We'll see more of them throughout the year.
Yeah, you definitely got our support.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say?
Also, you know, down here, we're down south, and we believe in the power of the vote. As you see, we believe that the black votes matter. We're in a region down south where the voters do not come out to vote. I think it's at the lowest in the nation at 48% in these marginalized communities. So we want to try to show these youths and other ones that are eligible to vote to sign up and make your vote count, and that it does matter by supporting Barbara G. Gaskins in her campaign, and that would be a blueprint for how to leverage and what you can do to change your community, because it starts with the local elected officials and those that are in position to give the community the funds, that control the funds, but the funds not going to the people like we've seen today with their boots to the ground when their cameras not around or their pumps to the pavement. And we feel those are the people that are most deserving of the funds that are coming to the communities to help them. Other than that, we believe that at this present time, a lot of people are getting funding and assistance that off the blood of other peoples within their community. And so we just think it's imperative that the power of the pen is more powerful than the pistol, and we want these youth to go from tax burdens to taxpayers, as I did, to where I've been 32 years incarceration. But if I can go to school, we lead by example. That's just what you're seeing here. And it all starts with dialogue. Didn't nobody know us. We didn't meet off the internet. We went the old-fashioned way, telephone, telephone, and that's how we got here. So I just wanted to stress that we're doing this to make sure that the youth, the elderly are protected, you know, where we, you know, yes ma'am, no sir. The southern hospitality that we received here down south, which I knew it would, because a lot of people doesn't recognize that when you're in the city where they're asking where you're from, where you at, the color you at. But we got good communities out here, and we just believe that their voices need to be heard, as well as other ones, other than athletes, entertainers, and rappers that never visit the communities that they're up there hooping about. I think their voices from within that community is the closest ones to the solution to the problem.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, it's good that we got some real strong, viable messengers going around spreading that message. So definitely, we, like I said before, we support everything you guys are doing. Keep us in tune with what's going on, and we'll do our best to support it.
Well, for y'all down in the Florida area, here goes a tip. We'll be in Orlando the 22nd. Tomorrow, the 22nd, we leave from here tonight. Winding down, we'll be in Orlando. Then we'll be in, I believe, Miami and Chip.
Tampa and then Miami.
And then Mr. Bishop will be there. Is he coming?
Who?
Larry Lou with Jeff Ford.
Oh, Larry, who's co-defendant, Shorty Bible, who just got released. Yeah, so I think that's a special hit on incredible messages on the national and then local, right? Mm-hmm. On the national, if people could pay attention to what just happened today here, right? We have diverse street organization members, whether former, active, founders, all together saying the same thing. Ain't none of us walking out here millionaires for doing this today, or even $1,000. None of us, not a single one of us. So when we got Pyrus here, we got Crips here, we got folks here from all angles, right? And sometimes we have the Latin Kings with us, right? And we all are saying the same thing. We want, a lot of people fail to realize, and this is, you know, as one of the founders, not trying to override his story, but people forget this. All these major street organizations were started by poor kids in a racist, violent environment that had to survive however they had to survive. But now that they're growing, listen to what they're saying. We're all saying the same thing. And the money is available. Okay, so that's the national. Now back to you, Miss Barbara Gaskins. You have, okay, and then we have Chicago, LA, Compton, New York City, Miami, Orlando, Houston. We have major cities here right now in this room, right? All saying the same thing. But once we come drop these seeds of what it looks like, you have your own credible messages here. We can come give some training on how to get the funds right, how to satisfy the conditions within the government system so that they feel like that, people are safe around kids and following protocols. But outside of that, you won't need us no more. We're outside. You have your own. We met credible messages all day today, including yourself. You don't have to be in prison. You don't have to belong to a street organization. You have credibility with the people already to deliver a message. That makes you a credible messenger, right? And then the second thing I want to say, I brought actually a girl here, one of our girls, the one in the pink shirt. Her father just died of fentanyl, laced in weed. And this is a message I tell the kids, right? Adults are adults. But one thing I tell the kids, stop saying it's natural, it's okay, because it's not natural no more. What the dope boys give you is not natural no more. They're dying like crazy from that fentanyl laced weed. So, that's my message to kids. Adults are adults, right? Everybody make their own shit. But with the kids, but thank you for bringing that up, and I'm sorry to have it. We brought her back there in the pink right there, yeah, exactly for that. But I just want to stress that you have your own credible messages here. After we drop these seeds, y'all do your thing, you got a really good posse with you, yeah.
No doubt, man. So what, as far as with, like I was saying, I wanted to know more about your, with the, you running for your Congress seat, you know what I'm saying? I want to know more about that as much as you can speak on, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, regular person, regular girl, regular down south girl. Didn't necessarily, I wasn't supposed to make it, but ran last year. Running again this year. As my platform states, I'm running for the people. It's time for us to have people on the ground that have done the work, that are doing the work, represent us. When it comes to, matter of fact, I did a poll on Twitter last year, and the question posed was, who were the largest gangs? Is it the Republicans and Dems, or the Bloods and the Crips? You would not have imagined that everyone feels that it's the Democrats and Republicans. So, like I said, I'm running more so to represent the people, to give us a voice and a platform.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome. This is a good grassroots movement with some, like I said, some real viable sources. Like, if anybody can reach the people, these are some of the voices that definitely can. So, we're gonna, like I said, we behind you. We support you. We salute all of you. You know what I mean? And good to the good future. Like, for real, I see good things coming.
Well, thank you for having us. Shout out to Bacon Soda and what's this, Aggies.
Yeah, Turkey Fence, shout out.
Turkey Fence, we want to give a shout out for hosting us here.
Yeah, Hot 92.5 The Heat.
And Hot 92.5 The Heat. Credible Message, Ayatollah Marv and Loca D. The Goddess, who y'all will be seeing in future presentations about our program. We're all certified credible messages. And I'd like to take the community and the homies men that rolled out the blue carpet for us out in East Carolina, and it was an honor and a privilege to be out here and to come back home to me, because my roots are down south, and I know how sacred of a ground this is, to where I can look at a tree and imagine a black hanging from it. So these are the things that I see when I come out here to Georgia. Is the slavery, the bondage. I know I used to see pictures of my family members being buried in a cotton field that my grandfather had pictures of, where they being buried in their overalls, a wooden box, a little baby. So I got deep roots here and feelings for the South. It makes me feel that.
No doubt. Well, definitely thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to talk with you and spread the message, and we definitely are going to do that. And yeah, best of luck to everybody. No doubt. Yeah.
Don't forget Dre.
We got the vet.
Let me tell y'all something about Dre. Dre is a service member, man, but also he was an ex-gang member. His brother got killed in Virginia. He deal with all of them on death row, from Evil and Tretch, and all of them on death row in San Quentin. And he keeps me in constant contact with him, and Jesse James. And we're proud of him. Let's hear a little bit about this man.
Hey, how y'all doing? I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a U.S. service member. I've been in a little bit over 4 years now. You know, I got the invite from, you know, I call them aunts, you know, Melvin and Ayatollah. You know, they keep me informed, make sure that I'm making the right decisions. And you know, the military, it saved my life in a way, because when my brother was killed, you know, I had access to, you know, people that could have taken care of that, but it helped me stop the cycle, you know. So now I can represent a new generation, a new way of doing things, a discipline and order, things that I feel like the black community needs. And once we get that down pat, we'll be able to, you know, be nonstop. So, you know, I'm out here with them, trying to support a great cause, and you know, I thank them for having me. So
No doubt, man.
Said we outside.
Respect, we outside for real.
Outside no security.
10 toes down.
With no security, we here.
10 toes down out here. You feel me?
Damn right. Damn right.
Anywhere, we're right here. Bake soda TV.
Baking soda TV.
All right.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Hashtag Ayatollah Marv TV. You put me on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. We gonna talk.
Let's not
man.
forget, we gotta represent. Gloves up, guns down.
One more.
Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up,
Guns down.
Gloves up,
Guns down.